Are you looking to add a special little touch to your wedding or a special event? We have just the perfect idea to add that personal touch by creating this lovely chandelier. Welcome to Arts and Props with GL. Hi, I'm Gail. In this video, we'll show you how to create this lovely chandelier that is made to look like it's floating in thin air. What a cutie pie. Our little friend is the messenger of love, joy, beauty, and good luck. We are making this fall chandelier for my niece's wedding, which will take place in late September. Her wedding will take place outdoors and have more of a rustic vibe to it. Therefore, we are using faux flowers and combining that with our color palette, which includes a dark green, olive green, gold, burnt orange, and a dark red. I just love the way the floral arrangement captures light and floats in the air. For the base of the chandelier, we will use rope and wooden rings. The rope is wrapped around a hula hoop, both of which I bought at the Dollar Tree. Speaking of cutie pies, this is how my BC girls are reacting to seeing a hula hoop for the first time. Little did we know this was going to be an animal video too. Here is a quick look at the supplies used to create the chandelier. All of these supplies will be listed and there'll be links provided in the description below. To begin the chandelier, I took an old bed sheet and I used a T-square to make a crosshair that's approximately 27 inches big, which is 13.5 inches from the center to the middle line with the X next to it. To prep the hula hoop, I took off the sticker, pulled it apart, emptied out the beads, and put it back together again. Now I'm aligning the hula hoop so that the crosshair is in the center and I'm marking the 4 quadrants. Next, I used hot glue to glue on 4 wooden rings. The rings are aligned with the hula hoop. In order to attach the rings better, I'm using twine that is cut into approximately 10-inch lengths, although I think I would rather use 15 inches instead of 10. I'm wrapping the 4 rings with the twine so they won't fall off. Before adding the rope, I like to take Scotch tape and wrap the ends so that the ends do not fray. If you are looking to expose the rope more, hot glue some twine around instead. Also, when you're combining 2 pieces of rope together, you can hot glue the ends together, wrap it in Scotch tape, and then wrap it in twine. As long as you are using 3 or more garlands, the tape will work just fine. Here's another tip when wrapping the rope around the hula hoop. Gather and keep the rope together when you're wrapping it around to save you more time. If you're looking to save more time, you could just spray paint the hula hoop and forget the rope altogether. After I finish wrapping the rope around, if there's any areas that I still see the hula hoop through, I go back and finish that by wrapping twine around it. After covering the entire hula hoop with rope, I am not cutting off the leftover rope. I'm saving that portion for the next part, which is creating the vine. The purpose of the vine is to create a decorative element as well as to create a place where I can attach my foliage. At this point, I'm using that leftover rope to wrap it around loosely. Notice how I'm not gluing it down this time. It's all loose. The only point where I'll glue it down is when I run out of rope. When I zip tie the garland to the chandelier, the rope will become more secure. Now that I'm at the end, I'm going to use extra glue to make sure that's glued down. Again, it will be attached better with a zip tie. Now it's time to prepare the hanger. I cut 4 8-foot pieces of twine with wire in it, which is roughly 2.4 meters. To make the wire stronger, I recommend using fishing wire that is clear to align it with it, so that way it gives it more stability and support, especially if you're going to hang it up for longer than several days. Therefore, to reinforce the twine, I cut 4 16-foot long pieces of fishing line, roughly 4.8 meters. When making the hanger, I took a piece of fishing line, folded it in half, brought it through the ring, created a loop, took the ends of the fishing wire and brought it through the loop and pulled it tight. On the same ring, I'm taking a strand of the 8-foot twine and I'm knotting it on top of the ring. Now I'm grabbing the strings and twine together and I'm taking the leftover twine to twist around at the bottom. To keep the lines and the twine from being tangled, on each strand, I will connect the lines and the twine together with pipe cleaners. My husband is helping me out with this part. Now we're taking a ruler that's 18 inches long and measuring from the top of the wooden ring up the string to make a mark, which is about 46 centimeters. Next, I'm taking a 5-inch or 13 centimeter piece of twine, pulling the lines and twine tight so that I can wrap all 3 strings together with the twine going from that black mark down towards the chandelier. I want to make sure that at the beginning I twist the wire right on that mark so that I can create a shelf on all 4 strands where the florist wire will wrap around and sit on top. I will repeat this process on the other 3 rings using different color pipe cleaners for each strand. After continually pulling each strand of wires tight, I am collecting all of them together to create that shelf so that I can tie them all together with wire. While I'm wrapping the wire around, I'm also checking to make sure that all the wires are still taut. I can still adjust them fairly easily at this stage. After finishing wrapping the wire around the top, I am taking a ruler and measuring from where the twine meets the wire down about a ½ inch, which is 1.25 centimeters. I want to wrap another piece of the wire twine over the green and a little bit down over where the wire is already wrapped. The reason why I want to wrap it over both sections is because where the green wire meets the twine wire, that's the weakest point. So I want to cover that so that it will hold up better in the wind. The twine wire that I'm using to cover the green wire down to the marks I just made on the twine wire is approximately 8 inches long, which is about 20.3 centimeters. Now my base is finished. Now the string that goes upward, it's up to you as to how you want to finish it. I think I'm going to measure up about every foot and add about 1/4 inch or 1 centimeter worth of twine just to keep the wires together as it's going upward. The reason why we left the wires and twine loose at the top is
so that there were more options for how to hang it once we get to the event. And we don't know exactly where it's going to hang, whether it's going to hang from a tent or if it's going to hang on a tree.
We hope you're enjoying this video, and if you are, please subscribe. We're going to make a disco chandelier next. We have a lot of awesome ideas for weddings, Halloween, and Christmas. If you have any comments or have any suggestions for what you'd like to see, please leave a comment below. We would love to get back to you. For the greenery, we're adding 2 different types of garland. One is a eucalyptus with another little plant added inside it and a green vine. Somehow we lost our original footage on how we added the eucalyptus greenery. Therefore, I'll demonstrate this on a regular hula hoop. Basically, we take 4 strands of the eucalyptus and we wrap one in between the 2 rings. Use 3 more garlands and go all the way around. Now we will add the hanging vines. To begin with, I'm deciding how much I want to allow to hang down, and then I'm wrapping around and leaving the end to hang down as well, and I'm varying the lengths so it looks more natural. Luba's here and she's finishing up adding the vines. It's time to zip tie the vines. Now we're adding more greenery. We're going to add wisteria. This wisteria is normally a spring or summertime plant. We're taking the champagne color and we're spray painting it with green Krylon paint that is called matte Spanish moss. I set up a box, put holes in it, stuck about 2 or 3 wisteria in at one time. I'm following the directions on the can and spraying it well all over. However, I'm allowing some of the champagne to show through to give it a little bit more warmth and to make it look a little bit more natural, especially when it blends with the other hanging vines. To create more length, we're taking 9 wisteria stems and we are tying the ends on by sticking it in the rope and in between the garland, then taking a zip tie and tying it on. You can use the green zip ties. Otherwise, we use these smaller black ties that we buy at the Dollar Tree to tie it onto a piece of rope. The zip ties at the Dollar Tree come in red and black. It's time to add color with flowers. We will start with these red baby's breath that are a little bit cheaper looking because of the brown plastic. However, we're pulling them off and hiding that brown plastic, and they will work really well for this project. We are using the black zip ties from the Dollar Tree to tie them onto the rope. We are repeating this step with golden brown baby's breath. This time we're going to be using twice as much. The reason why we're using twice as much is the gold color is Emmy's second dominant color. Her first dominant color is green. Therefore, we're going to add at least twice as much gold and yellow compared to what we did with the red. To add variety, we found this other mixed plant at Hobby Lobby, and we're cutting it apart in 4 sections and adding 1 section to each of the 4 sections on the chandelier. Look, Baby Bo is here. The whole clan's together. Lastly, we're using baby's breath that we bought at Hobby Lobby. We're using burnt orange and a muted green. We're cutting off the larger stems. We're placing them all around the chandelier. Then we're going back to each section and securing them with zip ties. Ooh, it's hot out here. It's time to get hydrated. Okay, I lied. I forgot. We have 1 bush of these yellow roses we want to add. This time we're just cutting 3 and adding them to kind of create a triangle around the chandelier. And the reason why we're doing this is these flowers are a little bit bigger, and we're using the rule of odds to create more interest. And voila, here's our finished chandelier. Boy, is it gorgeous. It just has the right amount of pops of color where the green is still dominant, the gold is second dominant, and then all the other colors blend in with the long hanging vines that just make an aesthetically pleasing chandelier.
I hope you enjoy, and I wish you a wonderful day. Thank you. Bye-bye.